call the meeting to order. Please rise for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you and welcome to the special meeting of the Post Falls City Council meeting. City Council. This meeting will replace the regularly scheduled meeting for tomorrow night. Several staff will be in Boise tomorrow for Association of Idaho City Business, and typically we cancel the meeting, but there have been a couple issues that come up that we need to address. So that is the reason for the special meeting today. Clerk will know that council are present with the exception of Mr. Malloy, who's supposed to be calling in, and Mr. Wolf, and I thought we had heard from Al, so I'm not sure where Al is. But we do have a quorum, so we can continue. Ceremonies, announcements, appointments, presentations, we have none today. Are there any amendments to the agenda?
We have none today, sir.
Would you present declarations of conflict?
No.
I will not be, I don't vote anyway in case, unless it's a tie, but item G under the consent calendar, I will not be voting on that should the need arise, nor will I be signing the document as the security agreement is for the bank I work for. So I'm going to ask Council President Wilhelm to sign that document if approved. Would you please present the consent calendar?
Item A is minutes from the June 7th, 2016 City Council meeting. Item B is payables, May 31st through June 13th, 2016. Item C is construction improvement agreement for Crown Pointe 4th edition. Item D is agreement for consultant services with JUB engineers for a tertiary membrane pilot testing project. Item E is declaration of intent to exchange 0.23 acres of city-owned property in the vicinity of 3rd Avenue and Idaho Street for 0.44 acres of property owned by Idaho Veneer in the same location. And this is for the Centennial Trails, what we're working on. Item F is assignment of obligation to complete Tullamore Park for Columbia State Bank to Copper Basin Construction. Item G is assignment of Boys and Girls Club lease for security. And item H is Police Department Storage Facility bid award to Dardan Enterprises.
Shirley, I do have a question. On the Crown Pointe 4th edition, I know there have been issues in the past, and I think I asked this before. Are we okay with the progress that's being made and that everything's being adhered to, et cetera?
Yes, as far as I'm aware. Russ, do you have any?
Okay.
Yes.
Good, thank you. Any other questions on the consent calendar? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion.
I'd move to accept the consent calendar as presented.
Second.
Motion second. Further discussion. Shannon, please take the roll.
Wilhelm?
Aye.
Borders?
Aye.
Henderson?
Aye.
Thorson?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you very much. Next item up is public hearings. Today we have none. Unfinished business, we have none. Citizen issues. Anyone wishing to address the council on a non-agenda related item can come forward. Seeing none, we'll move on to new business. Country Meadows Subdivision Amendment. Who's presenting?
John Manley.
John, thank you.
Good morning, Mayor, City Council. The Country Meadows Subdivision Amendment, case file SA-16-01. The owner is Copper Basin Construction, LLC, and the applicant rep is Lake City Engineering, Inc. The requested action is to review and approve and amend a previously approved Country Meadows subdivision to add an additional 13 single-family lots. This proposal was recommended for approval by the Planning and Zoning Commission at their May public hearing. So the request is to amend the 35 lots, which was a part of the original proposal, to 48 lots. And looking at the location and zoning, as you see here, the area in the hatch, that's the project area requesting the amendment. To the east, you see Chase Road and other single-family residential lots. To the west, you see some adjacent R1 lots with the Prairie Meadows, that's the larger half-acre to 1 acre lots to the west. This is north of Pole Line and south of, I believe it's Grange. Fisher? Okay, thanks, Dave. The proposed project, as you see here, this is how it was originally approved. The area in red, they had an option that if they were to get a zone change, they could have done 38 lots. They didn't exercise this option, so when you look at how it is currently out there for the Craftsman, you see a straight line right at Genesee Court versus how it was approved. You saw how it extended a little further to the west. So that kept it at 35 rather than the 38 that it could have gone with the previous approval. What you see here outlined in black, that's the area for the amendment with the proposed lotting pattern along Genesee Loop and Staples Road. Also, what you see here is this road going from Staples further to the east, which will still be considered Staples, intersecting Chase. That's going to be a temporary road access. As you see, Genesee Loop is being proposed to go from, as it bends from the south to the north in a northerly direction. So when I go to this slide here and you see how this may come to play out in this county pocket in the area is in green, that represents that temporary road. In blue, that's just the proposed road alignment that's being modified with this proposal. And in red, those are street alignments that would come to be with future development and phasing of that area. So in the end, Grange will be continuous from east to west, and then Staples would then no longer go to and intersect with Chase Road. Primarily, it's some safety concerns with the railroad in that and proximity to Grange Road itself. The proposed density of this project is 2.45 units. That's less than the 5 units that's permitted within the R1 zoning district. The original proposal was about 1.8, so there's a slight increase in dwelling units per acre with this proposal. The water provider is East Green Acres Irrigation, with the sewer being provided by the City of Post Falls. So when planning reviewed this, we found that the lots meet or exceed the minimum lot standards for that zoning code. I've mentioned the density, and this is to be the final phase of the subdivision. So this will complete this subdivision, and also Staples Road will be improved with some impervious surface from the west to the east, which will be an improvement from the current gravel road pitted street that's currently out there, or lack of street. Engineering has commented, and they say that the intersection of Staples Road and Chase Road would be removed upon development of the lands to the north. That's that temporary road section. Other than the proposed minor change in the alignment of Staples Road and Genesee Loop, that it's to be consistent with all the other conditions with the subdivision approval with the original subdivision. Kootenai County Fire and Rescue, they stated that they would want for a condition of approval that no parking be put on the side streets on the Staples Road, because Staples Road won't get full street improvements. It'll only get a portion. So for just fire access, they'd like to have would be the southern side. I'll go to that. So along the south and southeast edge, they'd like to have the no parking signs along that area until such time the lands to the north develop and then you didn't have full residential cross-section. Idaho Department of Lands commented they don't have any concerns with the proposal. So at this time, I'd stand for any questions you'd have on the proposal.
John, I have a question. I was confused. You're talking about 35 and then 38 lots. Now you said they could have gone 38, but they went 35. Now we're going 48. This is not directed at Copper Basin, but my concerns of late have been, we get subdivisions or developments that are approved. And it seems like then we get people coming back and they want to increase density. They want to put in multifamily. They want the property to the west. That was half-acre lots, I believe, wasn't it? And then a little further north, acre lots?
It's all, yeah, these here are closer. They're about a third of an acre, or the first phase of Craftsman. And then as you go to the west, They're all predominantly 1 acre. There's some half-acre lots mixed in there.
Well, my concern again is not that, and I appreciate the fact the density is still nice at 2.45. I like the lower density. Concern I have, I guess, is that it just seems to be the rule of thumb anymore that we get these developments out there that are already approved. They're approved with certain density, a certain layout, and then we get them coming back and say, well, we need to increase density. We need to, and to me, it almost smacks of the original approval. I mean, it's, or not smacks of, but is in the face of the original approval. So I have a concern with that. Again, I'm not overly concerned with this particular one. Density is still lower, which is nice. But I think we need to be aware of that as well. We get these subdivisions that are approved, and then down the road, I know times change, but we get people coming in and developers wanting to increase density, change the zoning, et cetera, and that's caused me concern. That's caused me concern.
Yeah, staff's heard some of those concerns, and currently we're in the process of doing a comprehensive plan and zoning ordinance update. We've considered potentially adding more rural zones, so there's not such a discrepancy between a 1/4 acre lot and a 1 acre lot. So potentially if this was, had 3 units per acre, then you wouldn't be dropping down, that wouldn't be inherent with the zoning. But currently being zoned R1, it allows to 6,500, so.
Well, and that's the problem. It allows it, but that's not what it was approved. It was approved with the, lower density. So again, I just had to say that. And again, it's not directed at Copper Basin, but I'm just seeing more and more of that. And where we get developments coming in, and now they want to add a multi-family piece of it. And it's, again, I think it goes against what was originally approved. But again, that's just my comments. So it will be nice to get the road improvements in. So any other comments, questions, John? You need a motion.
Yes, we do.
I would move to approve Country Meadows subdivision amendment number SA-16-01.
Second.
Motion second. Further discussion? Seeing none, Shannon, please take the roll.
Morrison?
Aye.
Henderson?
Aye.
Borders?
Aye.
Wilhelm?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you very much. Next item up, thanks, John, is ordinances and resolutions. Today we have none. Any administrative staff reports?
We have none.
No mayor comments. Council comments? Seeing none. And we do not need an executive session?
We do not.
The next motion is?
Adjourn.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much.